The official station of Caniac Nation 99.9 The Fan presents Canes Corner. Here's your host, Mike Maniscalco.
And for the first time this year, we get to do a Canes Corner, and our guest is the man who secured 1 point for the Carolina Hurricanes yesterday, scoring with 55 seconds left on the clock. Empty net goal. 2 goals in a period a couple of nights ago. He's a 30-goal scorer in the NHL. He'll be representing Canada in the Four Nations face-off coming up in February. I mean, the resume just keeps getting longer and longer. He's Mr. Seth Jarvis, everyone. Seth, good to see you.
It's great to be here.
Good to have you here. So let's get into the season a little bit and what it's like, you know, when we're actually to the halfway point. Normally we've had a couple of these shows that we can talk about, but we're picking up right here. So give me the Seth Jarvis assessment of the Carolina Hurricanes season so far. This is a team that's in the playoff spot. You're in the top 3. It's not an easy league to win games in, but what's been your takeaway so far for the Canes?
It's a loaded question.
Yes,
Mike.
I know.
I think ups and downs, like every kind of year. I think this year's been a little bit different. I feel the last couple of years have been a really good regular season team. I think this year we're kind of sputtering a little bit, but I mean, like you said, we're in a playoff spot. We're getting better each and every game, and I think we're starting to figure out our identity.
One of the things that, and I know that it's tough because, you know, fans, media, and for players, it's a results-oriented business, right? You know, you can play well, but if you don't get the result, you don't feel like you played well. I know I'm putting words in your head right now, but is it harder to play well and, you know, not get the result, or is it one of those things where if you're playing maybe not to your potential, not that great, but you're eking out points here and there? Do you feel like you're getting away with it? Like, you know, maybe it's not the way it's going to go and something's going to happen, or if you just keep staying with it, we're going to go on a roll because we're playing the right way, even if we don't get 2 points every night?
Yeah, that was a lot.
Trying to bail you out here.
Wow. I mean, yeah, you're good to get points however you can, even if you play bad and you sneak out a couple points. It's always nice, but yeah, when you're playing really good and maybe not getting the results, you do still kind of feel confident and that's going to work out and everything's going to kind of settle itself out and you're going to go on a roll, like you said. But when you're not playing so well and you're kind of squeaking by, that's when things get a little bit scary, and because you know it's going to collapse, and if you keep kind of playing like that, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, I didn't want to give you the out of saying, no, it's great when we're playing bad, but we're getting points. The other side, though, for you personally, how has this season been for you? Because you're a veteran now. You're not the young guy in the room anymore. I
am now a leader of one person, and that's Blaker. So it's been fun. I mean, yeah, it's been pretty much kind of the same as every year. Obviously, we have some different locker room this year, a little bit more than normal. A lot of new guys, a lot of new old guys. But, yeah, it's just been a blast so far. Another team that's been really close-knit and a team that I'm really looking forward to keep growing with.
If you go back, though, this year's team, it is a different team. I mean, you lost 5 guys who've been there like for your whole start to your career. What's the hardest part when there is somebody new coming into a locker room now to bring them up to speed? Although it seems like none of the new guys had any problem fitting into this locker room.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's a new guy in the locker room can be difficult. I think since I've been here, everyone's been great and we haven't really had any issues. So it's nice when guys can come in and they fit in right away and it kind of makes everything seamless and it seems like they've been there for a long time. So we've had nothing but good things with everyone that's came in. And then, I mean, with guys like Ghost who have been here before, you kind of know what to do and what to expect, so they kind of help the new guys a little bit more maybe, and just makes it easy for everybody.
When you play on a line with your Finnish brother and soon to be your enemy in February, Sebastian Aho, what is it about? Because right now the chemistry really seems to be clicking between you two. What is it? I know you get this a lot, but what makes him such a good player to be on his wing? What does he do that helps you?
I think just how hard he works. I think you see a lot of the guys that are his caliber of player. Maybe they'll take shifts off, periods off, games off. He will never do that. He's the most competitive person I ever see. He gets angry at me all the time if he doesn't think I'm playing well enough, and I love it. He just pushes everyone around to be better, and I think that's what makes it playing with him so easy, is that you know he's going to bring the best out of you, and I think we push each other because now, since I'm a veteran, I'm allowed to yell at him a little bit more. So we have our nice spirited debates on the bench, but it's been an absolute blast.
Do you ever hear him under his breath say things in Finnish and you know he's talking about you?
Oh, all the time. Well, now he doesn't really have anyone else to talk trash behind my back with in Finnish, so it's more to my face, which I kind of appreciate. I don't mind it, so it's just fun.
For you, though, how much has the accountability changed for yourself? You know, everybody talks about, you grow in the game, but you've got some serious veterans in that locker room who take the game seriously. They know when to have fun, but how much has your approach to the game maybe changed from the young guy who came in here 3-4 seasons ago?
Not much, actually. I'm still just trying to come out here and just have as much fun as I possibly can, because that's when I'm kind of playing my best hockey. But I do think a lot of preparation has increased, taking care of my body and stuff like that as the season goes on has been something I've learned to do with all the old guys in our locker room. So it's been fun to kind of watch what they do and just kind of pick pieces from everybody.
On the other side of, sitting back and watching and then knowing when to have fun, how important is it for you to just, as you say, A, be yourself, but B, know when to say something and try to crack up the room? Even if it's unintentional that you say something and the room just kind of looks at you and it might get something thrown at you, but it still needs to be done. Yeah,
there's time and place for everything, and I've been working on my time and place. Sometimes I pick the wrong time and place, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. And yeah, just being able to, like you said, lighten up the locker room, just kind of make sure everyone's feeling okay, depending on how the period or game before went, and just knowing that we have confidence in ourselves. I think confidence comes from a little bit of fun and enjoying what you're doing, and I think that's what I try to do for everybody.
I think that a lot of people have picked up on it. Seth Jarvis is our guest here on 99.9 The Fan, as we're at the local. It's Canes Corner, and has that always been part of your game? Were you ever like super serious, or were you ever just from day one playing, this is fun, I'm going to have fun, and we're going to joke around with everybody?
No, I was a lunatic for probably until I was about 17. Super, super serious. Took everything way too hard. Took everything hard on myself. Made everything way more difficult for myself than it needed to be. And kind of in my draft year of junior hockey is when I talked to more people and learned about having fun. And that's when everything opened up for me and everything started kind of come a little bit easier. I started growing my game a lot faster. And I think just dealing with whether it was pressure from the media, pressure from myself, whatever it was, having more fun definitely allowed me to kind of let it roll off my back and grow as a person and a player.
And that answer actually brings me back to this season. And look, everybody wants you guys to go 82-0, right? By the way, it's never happened. I know that we're all disappointed that won't happen this year, but it is, and I hate to say it this way, is the focus, the 82 games, yeah, they're important, but it's those games after the 82, the playoff. That's what this team is focused on and what you're going to be judged on ultimately, no matter what happens in the regular season.
Yeah, there's only one winner. I mean, you see all the time the team that wins the President's Trophy in the regular season doesn't always win the Stanley Cup, and that's kind of the mindset that I think everybody has now, is just doing the best you can to get into playoffs. Then right when playoffs starts, a whole new season, everyone's at the same level. No one's won anything. Everyone starts 0-0. So it's kind of just having that mindset of getting into the playoffs, and then from there is really when it kind of takes that next step, and that's kind of the hump we're trying to get over.
No, for you this season, there was a tough spot. You had to miss some games with an injury. How hard is it to sit out and watch a game? And you did the job where, thank you, by the way, for providing content to CarolinaHurricanes.com, where you let people into your house and let you watch a game. How hard is it, honestly? And by the way, thank you for keeping it PG-13 for the most part. How hard is it for you to sit back and watch a game?
Horrible. That's not something I do good with, especially when you're so used to a routine at that point of going to the rink, playing, going traveling, whatever. And then I'm sitting at home for a week while everyone's on the road. I'm still in the group chats. They're texting how much fun they're having. I'm sitting on my couch by myself, not having fun. And so that sucks for me. And then, just not playing, having to watch the games, whether we're winning or losing. Obviously, I love when we're winning, but watching us throughout the game, I just have a tough time sitting there, being quiet and kind of keeping to myself. So that's why I took my anger out on the poor people of Twitter and stuff like that.
Is it, everybody says when you're watching it, it seems so much easier than when you're playing it. Is that true for you?
Yeah, especially if you're sitting in the press box 300 feet above the ice. I mean, firsthand, it looks like a completely different game. And then you get on the ice, and it's definitely not that slow.
So does it give you a different appreciation when you get back onto the ice, though, for it's hard, or you wipe out that you had been watching for 8 games and you're right back into it again.
Yeah, I try to forget that I was out for 8 games and just try to get back into the flow.
So when you get back into the flow, what's the first thing that you wanted to do? I mean, I know scoring a goal is always fun. They say that's fun.
Yeah, that is
but
fun.
Were you looking for a hit? What were you looking to do?
Yeah, probably hit somebody, test out my body, see how it felt, and then honestly just skate as fast as possible, as long as I could, just to see how I was physically, seeing where my cardio was at, because 2 weeks can take a toll on you a little bit. But yeah, hit somebody was probably my first thing, and then from there just kind of build the game off of that.
You weren't on the assault bike every day with Tripp and Shane and Bill Berniston, no?
No, thankfully, no. I didn't have to touch the assault bike, which was nice.
When you get in season, how different is your preparation now from game to game where it would be in the off season? Do you know how to? We know that this might be new for some people here. I should have introduced on the resume in the beginning. The king of naps, Seth Jarvis, is with us here. Naps are good.
Naps are great.
Naps are great. Have you incorporated anything else into taking care of yourself in the season, or it's just as much, sleep time that you can get that'll help you rest up?
A lot of sleep. I mean, just taking advantage of rest whenever you can, whether it's getting extra treatment on my body or stuff like that, coming in on days off and just taking care of myself. But yeah, a lot of sleep, and that's pretty much it.
A lot of sleep. So no extra visits to the gym, or not putting up 350 during the season.
Not quite, no.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate you thinking I could. No.
Well, it's radio; they don't know for sure.
Everyone's seen me.
No. Small guys are compact.
Yeah.
You don't have as far to go with the bar. You can do that. The same time though. Now that you get back into the flow, and when you're in a groove, and I mean, we saw the captain in one now. As Jordan Stahl had the 5 goals in 3 games, and you've had quite a run this year. A few games here and there where it goes in. Can you describe that feeling? Do you just know that you're going to do something good? Is it around it, or you don't know until you actually get into the game? What's that mindset like? Where hey, I've put a couple of points together, because you can say you don't know, but when you get to the rink, is it like you can't wait to get to the rink, or you don't really feel it until you get on the ice?
I'd say you probably don't feel it till you get on the ice. Obviously, you're probably a little more happy walking around the rink than normal, but yeah, I think for me personally, I try. It's when I'm doing good, I'm not thinking about anything other than just going to have fun, like I mentioned before. So that's kind of where my headspace is always trying to be at, because that seems when stuff starts to go in, is when you're not focusing on scoring goals. It seems to find the net a little bit more.
I hate to repeat questions that you've been asked recently, but yesterday the ceremony for Eric Stahl, and his number goes to the rafters. And how many Canes fans have been here from the beginning for that moment? You see that, and you're there on the bench. I know that it's not about the personal accolades. It's about winning a cup. So that being said, was one of the cooler moments for you. You look over at the other bench, and it's all the guys who were part of that Stanley Cup team in 06 who came here to be a part of it, and seeing that. What was the moment of the ceremony for you where you're like, oh yeah, this is why we do all of this?
Yeah, there was a few. I think when he got to do his speech and he was talking to his family and his parents and his brothers, I think that was really special. That was just fun to watch, see someone that maybe doesn't show a lot of emotion very often, but I don't know him too personally, but it didn't seem like I know his brother, and they definitely don't. So just to see him kind of get choked up was pretty special. And then, yeah, like you said, seeing all the old teammates when he was walking out, high-fiving everybody, how happy everyone wants to see him. I think that's what makes hockey so special, and that's why a lot of people stay in this game for a long time, is for moments like that, to be able to appreciate a teammate and a friend, and really be with him on a really special night.
He's a real special hockey player. Talking with us here on Canes Corner, Seth Jarvis is our guest. When we come up, we're going to find out who is excited to be a teammate of yours.
Oh.
And some people might not be excited about the name, but I know you're excited about it. We'll get into that. If you don't know, that's what you call a tease in the radio business here. More with Seth Jarvis, live from the local. It's Canes Corner here on 99.9 The Fan.
The Adam Gold Show.
Look, I love the fact that the Tar Heels have won their last 2 games. Here's what I am worried about, though. They're doing it without being able to rebound the ball on the offensive end. They have to get second chance points. That's what their offense has been built on forever. Since I have been alive, they have lived on the offensive glass. This team can't do it. They just don't have enough size.
The Adam Gold Show, weekday starting at noon on 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, this is Luke with Newcomb & Company. We're a residential, commercial, plumbing, HVAC company who's been serving the community for over 70 years. Honesty is the biggest policy around here. You know, we take pride in everything we do, anything we touch. We're not one of those companies that come and throw it in and then you can't get a hold of them again. We're there with you, hand in hand. Here at Newcomb & Company, what stands apart from other companies is we actually do more than just AC and heat pumps. We do boilers, geothermals, furnaces, radiant floor, anything that is odds and ends that nobody else can touch is what we thrive on. At Newcomb & Company, we do same-day service. That's also another thing that helps us stand apart from other places is we do same-day service because we have enough professionals to get out to these houses to solve what the problems are. And we're on 24/7 on emergency basis, weekends, nights, holidays, you name it, we're there. If you ever need us, give us a call. Visit our website at newcombandcompany.com. As you always hear us say, your comfort is our business.
Now at Staples. Find hot deals on HP, America's most trusted printer brand. Whether you need to print invoices or eye-catching presentations, HP delivers with exceptional speed, reliability, and vibrant color. And with HP, replenishing ink is simple. Find HP ink cartridges in-store at Staples or subscribe to HP Instant Ink and never worry about running out. And right now with home and office hot deals at Staples, you can save up to $150 on select HP printers through February 1st.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
In the ultimate showdown, wood versus metal, craftsmanship versus raw power. At Oak City Customs, they don't just make furniture, they forge masterpieces. In the arena of design, tables that combine strength and elegance, shelving built from grit and grace, furniture where wood and metal join forces in perfect harmony. Oak City Customs, where the battle of materials creates furniture built to conquer your space. Visit their shop in Zebulon or shop online at oakcitycustoms.com.
Natchez will leave it in here. Goss is there. Right back for Natchez. Waiting seconds of the power play. They'll score! Seth Jarvis takes the beautiful feed. And Carolina gets their lead back on the power play.
He scored on the power play. He scored shorthanded. He scored quite a few times at even strength. He's Seth Jarvis, our guest here on Canes Corner, live from local here on 99.9 The Fan. First one of these of the year. Yeah. I promised to ask you an even longer question than I did in the first segment. Perfect. That's my goal. But the one thing that stands out this year is there's no all-star game, but there is going to be a tournament of NHL players, the Four Nations tournament, and it's hockey powerhouse, the United States of America. Just going to put that one out there. Followed by Finland, Sweden, and then Team Canada. And it's going to be outstanding hockey. But Team Canada's got a really good player that everybody in the United States is going to cheer for, and his name is Seth Jarvis. Now, there's been a lot of you being put on the team, and we know your story of getting here, that there was the under 20 championship team that you didn't make, and you've been pretty forthright and honest about it. So I just want to get this one because you've been asked about it a ton. But I read something the other day that you said, when you look back on it, it was on you. There was more you could have done to make that team. So why do you, when you look back on it, say that now versus maybe a 18, 19-year-old Seth Jarvis who's thinking, I should have been on that teem?
Well, I got 4 years to think about it and kind of digest a little bit more. I think at the time, I would have told you it was an awful decision, and I was all pissed off, which, I mean, it's all right to be mad about it, but when you looking back on it, I didn't do anything special to deserve to be on that team. And at that age, it's a huge honor to kind of, that's every kid's dream, is to play in that World Junior Championship, especially being from Canada. So it hurt a lot. It was a tough pill to swallow. Tough phone call to my mom, telling her what happened. But I mean, it all worked out for the best. And now to be in this position where I get to represent Canada at an even higher level, and something I didn't really have on my radar was a super special and different phone call to my mom this time.
Is it something, and I know I've asked you about this before, but now looking back on it, whenever you have the chance to control making a team, and we'll go back to when you made the Carolina Hurricanes, and no disrespect to making a World Junior team. It is a hard thing to do because it's an entire country trying to get on that team. But making an NHL team is not easy, and you did it as a teenager. For you did it motivate you, where you're like, I'm never going to give the people selecting a team a reason to send me home again?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want the decision to be in anyone else's hands other than mine. I wanted to have full control of my situation and know I did everything in my power to make the team. And if they weren't going to take me, it was going to be nothing because I didn't work hard enough, I didn't do this, do that, or whatever. It was just purely based on maybe they want an older player or whatnot. But I was just, getting cut from that team definitely changed my mindset going into any kind of tryout. And obviously the biggest tryout of my life went my way.
Absolutely it did. Now let's go to the phone calls, because you're not going to cry. I promise you that. But Jim Nill, who is the GM for Team Canada, did you know it was him calling? Did you check the phone? Were you napping and had to pick it up and call back? What was going on for the phone call?
Yeah, he called me. I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't answer it and just let it ring out.
Who's calling me from Texas?
Exactly. I had no idea. I thought, I didn't know what was going on, actually. I just didn't answer. And then he shot me a text, and it said his name, and then it said Dallas Stars / Team Canada. I was like, I might have got traded. And I'm just finding out now. So that kind of went through my head first, and I was like, this isn't good. So then I called him back, and he just kind of told me I made the team. I wasn't really even knowing I was in consideration, especially after getting injured. I kind of thought that hope was all dead, and I was accepted it. I was like, okay, whatever. So to get that call was intense for me. It was a lot of emotions at once, from thinking I got traded to all of a sudden I'm on Team Canada. So I was going through a lot, and then I couldn't hang up on him quick enough to call my mom and tell her the news.
And did she think that you were joking, or she took it serious right away?
She just kind of went silent for a little bit. For about 10 seconds, we didn't say anything, and then I heard her start crying, and I started crying a little bit, and it was just a whole ordeal in my apartment, and it was a lot going on, and it was just something that I wouldn't trade for the world, being able to call her and tell her that. And
then you get to do that call a couple more times. You got to talk to your dad, and then you got to talk to your brother. Was it easier telling your dad or your brother?
It was easier to tell my brother for sure. I think it was a little bit different. My dad was extremely surprised. He was coaching his high school hockey team. He was actually in a tournament in like LA, I think, or something with them. And I called him. He immediately thought something was wrong. And he was like, what's going on? And so then I told him. And he was super surprised, but he handles things a little bit differently. He was like, good job. And that was kind of the end of it. And I was like, oh, awesome. I expected nothing less, but I knew what he meant by the good job. So that's all that mattered. And then calling my brother, for those who don't know, he's been my skills coach for a long time. And so we spend almost every day in the summer together. So that was a special one just because he's seen the progression of my game, and he's been with me through absolutely everything. So call him was really fun. And again, he thought something was wrong. He's like, "Why the hell are you calling me?" And I thought he was crying. I don't think he was crying, but I know it meant a lot for him, and he was super excited, which meant a lot.
It was just dusty wherever he
was.
That's all it was. That happens. But then you start to hear the returns, and I think for all of us here, and this is the one time it's okay not to boo this name, but everybody's talking about, like, who are you excited to play with and what's going on? And Brad Marchand, who is the captain of the – I know. When he wears a Bruins sweater all day long. But Brad Marchand said he is looking forward to playing with you because he's heard nothing but good things about you and, the kind of guy you are off the ice. He knows what you are on the ice. What does that do for you when you hear that from other players around the league?
Yeah, that was surprising for sure. I didn't think I would be on anyone's radar in terms of that question. But, I mean, as much as I hate playing against him, it's nice to know. I think you see why he wears the C in Boston, just what kind of leader he is, doing that for someone that, in my position, being the youngest guy on the team and someone who's kind of new to, I don't know anybody on that team, so I was new to everybody. For him to say that meant a lot to me and just kind of gave me a place of, okay, I do belong here, regardless of what the 9 million people in Toronto tend to think.
Yeah, that does not matter. Trust me, that does not matter. A lot of GMs up there.
Yep,
Notice
a lot of Twitter GMs.
Notice they haven't won a Stanley Cup since I wasn't even alive, and I'm old. They haven't won one. It's a fact, folks. We're not besmirching Toronto. Just saying. A lot of teams have won a Stanley Cup since they won when I think there was only 10 teams in the league. So it's a fact. You can look it up. Use your computer on your phone. It's right there. Don't worry, they don't care for me much in Toronto either. So with that, when you go into that locker room, and like you say, you don't know a lot of guys in that Team Canada room. How important is it for you to be you, not go in and be quiet? But I'm, this is who I am, guys. This is why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. That is probably a big reason why I'm there is to provide energy and just I guess good vibes to the locker room. So. That's my plan, is just to go in there being myself. Obviously, it'll be a little bit different, dealing with a lot of different personalities, different people. But I'm excited. It'll be fun to create new connections and learn from the best Canadian hockey players in the world.
I think you're there to provide a little bit more than that, just saying. And one of the things is, I remember a few years ago you saying that you didn't kill penalties, but you would do anything you can to jump over the boards when Tim Gleason wasn't looking to try and kill a penalty. And when you're out there, he can't pull you off the ice. Now you're one of the guys counted on to kill penalties. Why is this group in Carolina so good at it? And how much fun is it for you to know that, we're going to, not only are we going to kill off the penalty, we're probably going to go the other way and score on you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, just speaking from a power play perspective, it's always frustrating when the penalty kill is kind of in your face, taking the puck and going the other way. And you kind of relax a little bit on the power play. So I think on the penalty kill, you can kind of take advantage of teams maybe not hustling back. And that's when you see me and Fishy get some opportunities. So it's a lot of fun. And, I mean, Gleace does the best job in the world he can at giving everyone an equal chance. And he gave me my chance, and I never gave him a chance to take it away from me. So it took a lot of begging to get me on the penalty kill. But now I'm here, and I would do anything to stay on it.
Did you ever jump over the boards when he didn't tap you to do it, just to see what would happen?
No, but I would stare at him and tell him every practice that I'm waiting for my opportunity, and he'd say, "Shut up," and no. And then finally, one game right before the All-Star break, 2 or 3 years ago in Buffalo, he let me penalty kill, and I blocked the shot, and that's when I knew I might have a chance. And then it's been kind of, that's all she wrote.
All right, so you get a look at this tournament that's coming up. There's a lot of questions. We still turn it over to your friends on Twitter. And a lot of questions about the Four Nations coming up. But to have two other teammates who are going to be playing, and you're not going to be playing with them, but Sebastian Aho and Jacob Slavin, is it kind of like you guys kind of look at each other in the locker room right now, and there's like kind of a wink or and a nod as you're getting closer to it? Or are you going to get to a point where you're just not going to talk to either of them before the tournament? Or you're going to rip on them and start psychological warfare?
Probably psychological warfare, if I had to guess. It's impossible to get into Slavo's head, so I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'll be able to get into Fishy's head pretty good. So that should be fun. I mean, if we end up out there against each other, I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be fun, and it'll be fun to compete against them for whatever 9 days or whatever it is.
Can you chirp him?
Oh yeah, I'll be all up in his face and probably be his least favorite person in the world for a little bit.
How much did your psychology classes at Harvard pay off into knowing how to get into the mindset of a Finn?
Well, it's not too hard once you meet him. He gets riled up pretty quickly, so it doesn't take a whole lot. And when you sit next to him in every single locker room for the past 4 years, you start to pick up on things he doesn't like, and I have a whole laundry list of stuff he doesn't like.
I cannot wait for this tournament to get here in February. The same time, your life really did change this offseason, because when you said that you thought that you might have gotten traded to the Dallas Stars, everybody here is like, no way. You're going to be here for a long, long time. You got a contract extension. One, what does that mean when the front office, the coaching staff says, Seth Jarvis needs to be a part of this organization, not just for 3 years or a bridge or whatever. We want him here as long as we can keep him here. And what did that mean for you? Just let's go with the length of the deal first. And then you're going to have to explain to all of us how all of your money is going to be deferred until, 2077. Yeah. He did go to Harvard. I expect him to break it down. Harvard University, right in front of us.
Yeah, the 8 years meant a lot. I mean, it's just a little vow of confidence I think the organization has in me, and it was nice to kind of get that from them. I mean, you never know which way it's going to go, especially in situations like that. It's my first ever contract negotiation, so I had no idea how that worked, and it was stressful. I didn't like it at all. So to not have to do it for another 8 years is a blessing, and to be here is the best, just because it means a lot to me. This has kind of became my second home. Well, it has become my second home. And just to be around you guys, the team, and the organization meant a ton to me, just having a familiar place to come back to now and kind of figure everything out and really lay my roots.
On the other side of it, and I said I wasn't going to try to make you cry, but it's life-changing money. And it's not just for you, it's for your family. And you have been pretty open about what your family went through to get you to games, the family truckster that should not be on any road, but the Jarvis family kept it going to get you there. Have you taken a minute to think about nobody has to worry now for at least for a long time, as long as we all do this right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I really don't monumentally mess something up, which everyone should be okay, and that means the most to me. Yeah. Geez, you are going to try to make me cry, huh? Yeah. That's my whole world, my family. And to make sure that they don't have to worry about anything, knowing that my parents, my brother, my extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, no matter what they're going through, that I'll be able to help them out, is nice. It's a good comfort for me. And I think gives a lot of peace of mind, especially my mom just retired this Christmas after 33 years of teaching. So for her, she was down here for way longer than she told me she was going to be down here, but she's got no reason to go home. So she to see her now not have to work and to really see that weight lifted off her shoulders. It was emotional for her, but probably more emotional for me.
He is Seth Jarvis. I'll give you a minute to recoup here and reset what we're doing here on Canes Corner, interviewing a man who scored 33 goals in the National Hockey League last season. Just saying, not putting any pressure on you. It's once you score 30, they expect you to do it again, though, Seth. We'll get it right back to that. It's we're at the Local, if you don't know, so you can come in. You've packed the place, by the way. It's like a new venue, and I feel like we're in a fishbowl here. And you can listen to us on 99.9 The Fan, and for everybody on Twitter who's been asking or social media, to my knowledge, yes, this will be posted on CarolinaHurricanes.com if you can't be here. But you need to be here because then you get to see Seth Jarvis in person. So there you go. You good? You back?
I'm perfect
centered?
now. Thank you.
I tried to riff as long as I could. One of the things, though, and I think a lot of the Canes fans are not upset but saddened, the Volkswagen's gone.
Volkswagen's still here. Operational. Yeah, I drove it here. So
okay. Yeah. Well, because there's a new car in the rotation for Seth Jarvis. So was that the gift for me? And you did have some time on your hands, right? You made the purchase when you were on the injured list this season. So was that you had to do something, and why not go out and buy a car?
Yeah, I was getting a lot of pressure from the guys in the locker room to buy a new car. And Yeah, I mean, like you said, I had nothing but time on my hands in that point, and just did a little bit of research and found something I liked, and got a lot of help from a lot of different people in order to find one. And now that I have it, it's been an absolute blast.
Now, I would have thought that you would have had to trade in the Volkswagen with the value that has. It might have, according to you, might have at least paid for a rim.
Yeah, well, no, probably not. I'll probably have to pay them to take it.
But is it one of the things now that as you've grown into this new role here with the Canes, do you find yourself making like different choices than a few years ago, like buying things? Because you say the guys in the room, like, did you ever care about what suits you were wearing? And now you've got guys like Marty Necas or Andrei Svechnikov going, you can't wear that. And do you listen to them, or do you just tell them they don't have fashion sense?
No, Necas has fashion sense. I'll give him that. But I mean, nothing. I'm pretty frugal with my money. So there's pressure for some things that they want me to buy. Like a house. I don't need a house. I live by myself. I'm fine. I might downgrade my apartment. So that's kind of next on the list. But there's a lot of pressure from a lot of different people on how they're telling me how to spend my money, which isn't not something you should do to people. So I just keep paying for Nike clothes, and that's about it.
If you're looking for a place, I might have a rental opportunity for you, though. So we'll keep the money here in the family if we can. It is the other side of it, though, is that room, that group. How much fun, when you talk about family, how much fun is it, and how much has that group really become? Because that is one of the things that I know that Rod Brindamore has stressed, that the teams are going to become a family. And how much is it in that locker room? You guys, everybody, if you need them, somebody's got my back in there. Yeah, everyone has each other's back. It's pretty special. No matter kind of what you're going through on the ice, off the ice, everyone has hands out a helping hand. And it means a lot, especially as a younger guy. When I came in, and even now, I still need a lot of help doing a lot of things. And I have a lot of people in that locker room that look out for me and provide me with advice and tips on just how to live and how to be an adult. And that's been something that has been very beneficial for me in growing as a person and a player. All right, you mentioned this is your second home now. How odd was it to look behind the bench and see a mini version of you in cut-off sleeves, a Harvard T-shirt, and the mustache? I don't know how he got that to grow in that quick at that age, but when you turn around, is that for you? Just describe the moment when you first realized there's somebody dressed up like me right now. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I never expected that, but I mean, he nailed it, and he still pulls it out, which is fun to watch. Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun to see that that little kids are kind of buying into it a little bit, and to see a kid dressed up like you. I didn't know I looked like that, but I mean, he nailed it, and he rocks it. And good on him. He never takes a hoodie or anything. He just sits there in a sleeveless shirt in the rink, which is just pretty tough. And shorts. Yeah, he's a lot tougher than me. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's growing facial hair at that age. At least it looks like it. Speaking of, the other day you came out and the facial hair was gone. Now it's coming back. Yeah. Superstitious at all, or just trying to change it up? What's in the Seth Jarvis mind when out comes the razor? There's a lot going on in my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried. Yeah, it's just kind of a blank stare most of the time. I don't know. It was getting long. It was getting kind of gross. It was I was trimming it, but I got to a point where I wasn't scoring for a while, like you said, a little superstitious. I was like, I've been trying to change a few different things, and I thought, what's one thing that hasn't changed? And it was my gross little goatee I had going on. So took it off and started scoring. So a little weird how that works, but I think it probably helped my mental more than anything, just noticing a little bit of a change and then just kind of clearing everything and going out there and having fun. So you're going to do that again, or what's the plan here? I don't know. I'm still looking. I'm still trying to find a good look. It's been a tough search. Well, all right, here's a question that I have, and it's honestly, I don't think I've ever asked any athlete this. Oh, God. No, it'll be okay. How weird is it that, like, people go, you shaved? Why'd you do that? Or, like, they notice, like, every little thing. Does that kind of not weird you out? That's not the word I'm looking for, but, like. Hurts my feelings, maybe? They go, possibly. You shaved? Or you look better, or no, you look better the other way. Yeah. I mean, I got a lot of why did you shave, which was fun. But, I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me.
It worked. I started scoring, and that's all that matters for me.
There it is. Bottom line, if the goals go in, who cares about the facial hair?
Exactly.
Did you ever think, though, maybe you'll do like a Carlson or something
I
like that?
don't have that in my repertoire. It's going to take another 3 months till I get any kind of thing going on here.
Yeah. I mean, 3 months, playoffs.
There you go.
Just saying. He is Seth Jarvis. He is our guest here on Canes Corner on 99.9 The Fan here at the local. One more segment left, and we go to your favorite folks out there. We'll see if anybody from Toronto has found out. It's all coming up here live from the local on 99.9 The Fan. It's Canes Corner with Seth Jarvis.
It's bowl season.
Happy New Year!
Listen for college football's best through January 20th. Every major bowl will be brought to you live.
Notre Dame wins it 27-24. The Irish will play for the College Football Playoff National Championship.
Bowl season on 99.9 The Fan and Buzz Sports is presented by Wake Med, Sammy's Tap and Grill, and Roofworks.
Hey girl, haven't seen you downtown lately.
Nope, sticking to our go-to places.
You mean like Sharky's?
Well, we love our Sharky's. Best wings and gumbo on the planet. But we never miss the $5 sangrias on Wednesdays at the new Salt and Lime and Mexican pints on Thursdays for $3.
You know my boy loves the House of Hops. No better selection of craft beer in the state. Loves their specials, their food trucks, and you know I love my wine. They have a wonderful selection.
And have I told you about our new takeout spot, Che Empanadas? It's right next to Sharky's. They have 20 different types of authentic Argentinian empanadas, and they are incredible, especially the breakfast ones. You gotta try it.
Sounds perfect. And how awesome is it that they're so close to each other?
Yes.
Give them a try. Che Empanadas, House of Hops, Salt and Lime, and Sharky's. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from each other off Durley Road, Glenwood, and Grove Barton.
Mitchell Heating and Cooling. We do the job right every time.
Mitchell Heating and Cooling is celebrating 51 years of trusted service. And to celebrate, get a furnace tune-up for just $51. That's peace of mind heating for only $51. Visit MitchellHVAC.com. Mitchell Heating and Cooling. Quality products and services on time from a family you trust. It's hard to stop a train.
The best solutions every time.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
Tim Donnelly here for Zero Res. And right now, Zero Res has the biggest sale ever going on in celebration of the new year. Make sure you get all that 2024 dirt behind and look ahead to 2025. That's right, out the door 2024. We're feeling fresh, clean, and zero resified in 2025. Right now, the best part is it's all gone from 2024. Carpets, tiles, rugs, upholstery. Basically every surface in your house can be zero resified and leave that dirt behind. The offer right now, 3 rooms of carpets cleaned starting at just $109 and take an additional $100 off your air ducts cleaning. The offer is valid through January 31st, so be sure to get on it now. Visit ZeroResRaleigh.com or call 919-995-0000 and ask for the 99.9 The Fan Station Special. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Carolina knocks it away. Aho, he's got Jarvis coming with him. Aho finds Jarvis. He scores! Short-handed. Oh, welcome back, Seth Jarvis. What a short-handed beauty.
He is the beauty. That's one of the hockey terms you can describe him. He's Seth Jarvis. Our guest here at the local on Kane's Corner. And before we turn it over to the Twitter questions, there is one thing that I do need to acknowledge, if you'll help me here, Seth. Barbara Nielsen. You over here, Barbara? Hi, Barbara. Barbara has been a season ticket holder since 2000. She is 86 years old. We're going to say today, even if it's not Barbara. So she wanted to thank you for wearing your hat backwards so she can see your face.
Barbara.
So.
Oh, jeez, you're gonna make me blush, Barbara.
You're making You're making him blush.
Well, thank you for coming.
Well, hang on, I'm going to do this. So I know that there's a strict thing with the autograph policy. Barbara, can you come up here and can you have somebody with a phone and get a picture with Seth?
Oh,
I mean, how many often can we do this? You can take the headset off. I got you. I can carry this. I've been here. It's one of the few things that I can do. So you get one shot at the picture, though. That's the only thing where I mean, we're not going to sit here and we're going to turn it this way and go from the ceiling. You get one shot here. Barbara, happy birthday, even if it's not. So we're all good with this. This is Seth Jarvis. I hope that you're happy to meet him. As we are here live, the Carolina Hurricanes, by the way, next game will be on the road against the Buffalo Sabres. It will not be, and I'll get this one out of the way, it will not be on FanDuel Sports Network. It is a national TV game. But Tripp and I will be on the radio. So I do not say this ever publicly, but you can turn down the national TV and then put me and Tripp on the radio and try to sync it up. So there you go. Thank you for that, Seth. You're a good man. So, and with that, I will edit the majority of these questions here.
Perfect.
This from Tina Izzo. Disappointed we can't make it there tonight, but would love to know, who are you least looking forward to playing against in the Four Nations? Sebastian Aho or Jacob Slavin?
Slavo, 100%. Slavo's going to make my life a living hell on the ice. So that won't be fun.
Let's see here. What do you do in -degree weather in Winnipeg besides napping and hockey?
It's a good question. Not much. Yeah.
Ice fishing?
A little bit. Not a ton. Try not to leave the house. It's getting cold. It was like -40 Celsius with the wind chill the other day, and that's not nice. So, yeah, outdoor hockey and stay inside as much as possible.
There it is. There you go. Trinitian, I hope you got your answers that you were looking for. Did you interact with any of the long list of the former Canes that came to town this past weekend for Eric Stahl's retirement jersey number? I'll put that in there and said retirement. He's retired. Also, were the boys excited to see Derek Stepan?
Oh, the boys were pumped to see Stepper. He's an absolute fan favorite within our locker room and someone that everyone loves, and I'm sure the fans as well. He's one of the best if you ever get the chance to meet him. And then I got to meet Ray Whitney actually for the first time.
Oh.
He's awesome, the wizard as they call him. I've grown up watching his highlights on YouTube, so to get to meet him before the game was pretty cool. And then pretty much everyone else I've met or met for the first time. Mike Commodore again, that was cool, and he's an awesome guy.
You've got stories for days with Mike Commodore. And with Ray Whitney, I don't know if you'll know this because it's not a big thing, but the bench interviews. We got some old school Canes fans here, right? So you know where I'm going with this. So whoever was the bench interview, say it's Sebastian, Ray Whitney would just do drive-bys during the interview. So there's a whole laundry list every time. So I'm not saying that we can reinstate that, but if there's a guy who could,
it, maybe,
you know, when you see Tripp leaning over asking those important questions, you
start right in
there. Right. Caleb wants to know, would you ever dye your hair blonde?
Oh, I don't think so. I did when I was a little bit younger.
All right, I was going to take a bet saying that I would think that you're a guy who probably did at some point.
Yeah, I did, and it was an awful mistake. So no, I will not be partaking in that.
Well, we tried, Caleb. This is from Amy and Vivi. They're sorry they can't be here, but they want you to know they're so proud of you that you're going to represent Canada next month. P.S. Girl Scout cookie season starts next week. They're saving a box of your favorites.
There we go.
What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
I need the list. I need the pictures. Again, they gave me last year. That made it easy. I don't know the names.
Yeah, just point. Yeah, they used to be different
stuff.
names.
It's fine.
Who would be more insufferable? No Nap, Seth Jarvis, or no Jim, Rod Brindamore?
Oh, that's a fantastic question.
That is. Yep.
I gotta assume probably no Jim Roddy. I can't even imagine what that would even look like.
No.
Yeah, probably him.
Yeah, that I think that would be it. By the way, the name is Turnt Turbo is my ikigai, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but here we are.
Sure.
Let's see, Katie, what is the most memorable goal that you have scored as a Hurricane, and then the most memorable one that you scored before joining the Canes?
Jeez. I'd say my first career playoff goal against Boston was fun. I think that's something that's pretty special. Before that, I don't know. Jeez.
Had to have a big goal somewhere in junior.
Junior was fun. I don't know. Maybe my first time playing for Hockey Canada, I scored an overtime winner against Finland, which was fun. Maybe that one.
There you
probably
go.
a cool one.
That's a good one. And I'll bring it back to this. Which teammate for Canada are you most excited to play with? You can't say Braden Point.
Well, I don't know. There's obviously a ton. You got the All-Stars. Like you got this, well, they're all All-Stars, but you got the superstars like Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon, Makar, all those guys. I mean, you could kind of pick out anybody. I think Point, obviously, Marchand will be a fun one. And I think guys that I can kind of pick pieces of the game off, like Konechny will be another fun one, just another small guy that seems to be putting up a lot of points in this league.
You basically just named the whole team.
Yeah,
you can say that.
I was trying to.
Yeah, just go ahead and say the whole team.
Them all
That'd be
off,
fun.
yeah.
How did you and KK, I don't know if this is a real question, this seems loaded. How did you and KK become best friends? Or at least, here we go, or at least tolerable friends if you prefer that.
I do prefer that.
Yeah.
I don't really know. We both came, our first years were together. Like my first year and his first year here, we're on this kind of, I guess, same time. So we're both the two youngest guys on the team, and it just kind of happened. We just started kind of hanging out with each other, and he's really dumb, so he needed a lot of help, and so I was kind of there to provide the help for him and just kind of guide him around, and it was fun, and we just kind of bonded off of that, and now we are kind of inseparable, which has its moments of being really fun and a lot of time where it really sucks.
Yeah.
But he's someone that I hate to say it, but I hold near and dear to my heart. He's one of my best friends.
I will add to this, though. You had a roommate for a little bit, right? Ty
Yeah.
Smith?
Yeah.
Comes in and was your roommate. What was it like having a roommate in that?
It turned into a love triangle.
Well, did
was
it
a
make
whole mess.
KK jealous? I'm just
exactly.
saying.
We were all jealous of each other. They started hanging out. I felt left out.
Wow.
We were hanging out with Smitty. KK felt left out. It was a whole mess.
Wow. I mean, I don't know if Ty was allowed to hang out with KK.
I didn't think he was, but
Yeah. On the next reality show, Seth Jarvis. Again, we got to make this happen somehow. Inquiring minds would like to know. This is Megan. Got any speeding tickets yet in the new car?
No, I'm a very safe and responsible driver. I do not speed.
Progressive, if you're listening, we've got a great commercial for you right here. Do you have now? You've got some new ink, and you've had it come through. This has been asked by Toasty Cal. Evidently, he's sitting under the same lights we're sitting under here. Do you have any more tattoos planned? Cal has 41 himself. Just in case you were wondering, yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah, I'll probably do something to my body. I don't know. It gets boring in the summer. And so there's a good way to kill time is get tattoos. And yeah, I'll probably fill out at least both my arms. From there, I don't really know. Maybe turn into Burnsy. I don't know. We've been talking about tattoos actually recently, me and him. So maybe find the same guy, do some, not together, but from the same person. And I don't know. We'll see. Who knows what'll happen.
You and KK would have to do it together, I'd imagine.
No, God, no.
Okay. Just putting that out there because Caitlin Clark wanted to know who has a better chance of winning a hockey fight, you or KK?
Me. 100%. He doesn't stand a chance.
Doesn't stand a chance.
No.
I thought you'd give him a little. When eating Uncrustables, PB&J, is it grape or strawberry?
Are those little circle things?
Yeah.
Grape, probably. Yeah.
Grape's the way to go. Traditional on that one. What did you think about the snow day that hit Raleigh this past weekend?
Yeah. That was,
first off, are you okay? Have you recovered?
Yes, that was traumatic.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was weird. There wasn't really snow.
No.
There was a light dusting, and
Yeah.
then driving on the highway after the game, I saw a bunch of cars kind of scattered everywhere, which kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, is there something that I'm not picking up on? But no. Yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry for you guys. I mean, I guess snow can be scary, but yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't use the word fun.
Yeah, maybe not fun. That was a bad choice of word, but that was
something.
interesting.
Interesting.
That's
That's
a better
good
word.
B wants to know favorite Taylor Swift song.
Oh,
Do you have one?
goodness, no.
Yeah. Okay. Then we
Yeah,
just move on.
sorry.
We can just
I
move
don't
on.
know. I have no idea.
Any pregame ritual that you stick to?
On home games, we have a nice little. You've seen the wall. Everyone has like a different picture.
Yeah.
They put up on there. I have a picture of my grandpa, so I just give that a nice little tap before I go out there, and that's probably the only thing I stick to.
That's a good one. Have your cooking skills gotten better?
Yes, they have. I have become a culinary artist. It has been pretty fun. I can now make pasta and chicken. I made bison burgers a couple weeks ago. One was a little bit raw, but I was making 3 at a time, so there's a lot of attention having to go everywhere, and I couldn't focus. But yeah, it's been getting better.
All right, good to know. Was Harvard as hard as they say, or is it just all hype?
I mean, you gotta. Cat's out of the bag. I didn't go to Harvard. You gotta ask Jack.
Well, you didn't think you were going to get deep, dark secrets here tonight on Kane's Corner, and there it is.
Been living a lie.
The truth is out. It's going to be everywhere. NHL Network now, TMZ. Yeah. Seth didn't go to Harvard. Sorry, everybody. Trailer Park Boys or Letterkenny? I got a follow-up to this one, by the way.
Trailer Park Boys for sure.
How about Shoresy?
I haven't seen Letterkenny or Shoresy, so I just stick to Trailer Park Boys.
By the way, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Someone's on his way to being Mr. Leahy. I can respect that a ton.
Oh, jeez.
We'll leave that out there. A lot of people want to know about your car. Who's the best chirper you've played with or against?
Ooh. Ghost is a sneaky, very good chirper. He's pretty witty, so he comes up with some stuff pretty quick. I mean, Lemieux was an interesting one because sometimes they'd be good and sometimes you'd just be yelling loud noises. So it was a fun little combo. But I think those two are probably 2 of the top ones.
See, the follow-up is the best insult you've heard on the ice, but I don't know if you can share it.
No.
Yeah. Here's a good question. Cecily wants to know, has Rod Brindamore ever told you to calm down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me and him had a nice little talk my first year about stop having so much fun and just have fun. And that was fun. That was interesting. But that was kind of the only time he's really sat me down and had to reel me in a little bit.
And that will be it.
Perfect.
We're good. You've passed the test. He is Seth Jarvis. 8 more years plus hopefully 8 more years after that here with the Carolina Hurricanes. He is on your top line. He is going to play for Team Canada in the Four Nations, and he is one of the best people you will ever have the chance to be around. Seth, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for coming. This has been awesome.
We will talk to you Wednesday night on the radio side of things, Canes and Sabres in Buffalo. Thanks for listening. For everybody here, Rusty Helzer back in the studio, Will Patton out, and everyone here at the local, thanks for listening. Next Canes Corner coming up in February. We'll find out who the guest will be. Like I found out Seth 2 days ago. We'll find out 2 days before that one as well. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you all again. Enjoy the hockey.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over